Hi third graders, welcome to the art room. Today I want to spend a little bit of time, this is a little extra because I know there's a few of you that are still working on your pumpkin paintings. So I'm going to ask that you really work to get those done, post them on Padlet so I can see that you are creating with me and your fellow art students. And so today I'm just going to do something that's just an extra, but it's also a really great exercise to keep your mind fresh, to help review. And I believe in your packet, you should have a color wheel. And so I'm going to ask that you complete that. And today we're going to be just reviewing how we have three primary colors: yellow, red, and blue. Those are pure colors. You are unable to make those with any other color, but they are necessary to make the other colors. All right, so those are the most important. And down here it says red, yellow, and blue are the three primary colors. They cannot be made by mixing any other color. So we want to really embed those in our mind and remember those. What's great about them, like I said, you can make other colors. So if I take yellow and I take red and I mix them, I will have orange. If I take red and blue and I mix them, I will have purple, also known as violet. Either one is fine to say. If I have blue and yellow and I mix them, I will have green. So thinking about those colors today, I grabbed a piece of watercolor paper, and with my Sharpie today, I'm going to create some lines. So I'm going to say 4 lines. Okay, so I drew 1, 2, 3, 4. So why don't you say 4 or 5? 5 at the most. You don't want your shapes too small. All right, so I'm happy with having 4. So once you create those lines, and like I said, you can make straight lines, vertical lines, but you want to create these shapes. So using my paint palette today, I am only going to use red, I am only going to use yellow, and I'm only going to use blue. Please do not use any other color today. All right, you are only using the primary. It's every other one is a primary. So what's fun is with watercolors, okay, remember a nice little puddle. I'm going to begin with red and paint half of my one shape red. Wash my brush. You always want to make sure you're really cleaning your paintbrush. The other side of my shape, another primary. So I have yellow here. And leaving a tiny bit of white, I'm just going to take water and I'm going to mix those. And you will see that I am making orange. So I can see red, yellow, making the orange. Now I want to be careful. I don't want to paint right next to this. This is still wet, and if I paint here, it will very easily blend. And if all of my primary colors mix, it's going to make brown. For this, I want us to focus just on those primary colors. So I'm going to come over to a different area, an area that's not right next to my wet one. This being watercolor paper, it should absorb and dry very, very quickly. My paint, if it feels a little sticky, please just get a little more water. And also you want to try to keep your palette nice and clean. Look at, I feel like my brush is a little dingy, so I'm just going to add a little bit of water in here. Okay, so I can have a pure yellow. I felt like my brush wasn't perfectly clean and it started changing. Okay, so I have my yellow, and once again I have a tiny bit of white. I'm going to come in, oops, not do that, and I'm going to blend it, and I am creating, what color? Hopefully you're saying green. Okay, so I'm going to wash my brush. So I've done my combination here, red and yellow making orange, blue and yellow making green. So let's go ahead and do a blue and a red. I can do corners. I don't want to do blue right next to blue, so I'm going to do blue on this side. So blue. So be an observer too when you're doing your art. I try to not put the same colors right next door to each other because I want to see those lines and those shapes that I created. And red. And once again, wash that paintbrush just using water. I can let those two colors come together, and I'm going to create violet or purple. Okay, so I'm going to continue working, and you might need to like let this sit, walk away for a little bit, come back and continue working. So this is something that you can continue practicing and working on. So I'll show you a finished piece the next slide. All right, enjoy creating.